Good evening and welcome to Pro Live. My name is Marilyn Coates and I am your co-host for today. Well, we are here in beautiful Austin, Texas. We are here in Hill Country. We're here at Sanova Dermatology, and I have the great pleasure of having Dr. Ted Lain as my co-host today. So I'm going to tell you more about Dr. Lain in just a moment, but we are so excited to launch our latest product to the SkinCeuticals portfolio, the SkinCeuticals family of great, wonderful, amazing, scientifically backed products, and that is our Boost product, Cell Cycle Catalyst. That is what we are launching today. We are so enamored by this product because we're really able to fit this into any regimen, any routine, and for those of you who are so keen about your anti-aging, this is going to be your new favorite product. But before we get too far into anything today, I'd like to introduce Dr. Ted Lain. He is not only one of the board certified dermatologists here in Austin, Texas, just a great physician partner of ours and a key opinion leader, not only for SkinCeuticals, but just in the dermatology world. So we welcome you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
We appreciate having you. Tell us a little bit about you, Sanova.
Sure. So I'm a board certified dermatologist. I practice here in Austin, Texas. I'm part of a group of practices called Sanova Dermatology. We have locations in Austin, Houston, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. And I tend to focus a lot on medical and aesthetic dermatology, but I have a strong passion for skincare.
Yes.
And so that's why I work so closely with SkinCeuticals and some other portfolio brands within the L'Oreal umbrella company, because I truly believe in what they're doing.
Yes.
SkinCeuticals is based on science, and
Absolutely.
they do the research to really back their claims. And you know, I do a lot of clinical trials. I run trials, and I run some of these trials that SkinCeuticals has. So I can tell you firsthand, they are rigorous. They are founded in science. So I'm really excited to be here with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The other great thing about that is doing these clinicals, you know that a lot of times when we see these before and after photos, we are using average results.
That's right.
Yeah, we're not really like blowing up like that one person who got these stellar results. And
Marilyn, that is such a good point, because you'll see with SkinCeuticals, when they publish their photos, it'll say average results. If not, it may say above average results. They are absolutely clear as to the results that they're showing with their before and after photos. And as compared to other companies, you really don't know whether you're seeing the very, very, very best that has ever been seen by the human race, or if you're just seeing average. So I really like that as well.
Yeah. So let's get right in and let's talk about Cell Cycle Catalyst. We have two amazing offers today.
Okay.
This, of course, is our hero product for the evening. But we really tested this for anti-aging routines and how we can boost, how we can get better results across the board, whether that's integrative skincare, someone just prepping their skin, leading up to any of those procedures that you might do. And so we've put together this one product that we want to focus on, but some great anti-aging products that we've put in a second bundle, if you will, that will help expedite results.
I mean, look, this entire four product two bundle package is just really wonderful. I mean, they all do different things, and I think together it makes an incredible skincare routine. Frankly, it would benefit almost everybody, except if you have very, very sensitive skin. This is a wonderful collection of products.
I can't agree more.
Yeah.
I can't think of very many people who couldn't use all four of the products.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got your retinol, which helps to build collagen. It'll help to lighten brown spots, help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helps to make the light bounce off your skin a little bit more evenly.
We love that.
It's just it's a foundational product for almost every regimen, right?
And it's the gold star still really for anti-aging.
We are looking for something that would work better than retinol, but we have yet to find it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then you've got discoloration defense, which is really this purposeful formulation of ingredients meant to help lighten and brighten the skin.
Yes.
This is a once-a-day product. The retinol is a once-a-day product at night. You'll want to use moisturizer with it. We'll get to that. The discoloration defense is really meant to be used twice a day, all over the face. You can put this on the neck and the décolleté as well. Pro tip there.
Yeah. And
hands for sure.
Yeah.
Extra pro tip there. Yeah. And that'll help lighten. You've got your HA intensifier. HA stands for hyaluronic acid. You know, Marilyn, hyaluronic acid couldn't be more important for the skin.
Right.
It is a natural ingredient. It's found in the dermis, the second layer of your skin. It's part of what is called the dermal matrix. It's what gives your skin the turgor, the thickness. It collects water so that it gives it hydration as well. There are so many important benefits of hyaluronic acid. And the name of this is amazing because it really does intensify the hyaluronic acid in your skin.
It does, and really helps your skin promote and produce its own or stimulate the production of that own our hyaluronic acid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I love that.
It's amazing because it uses biological processes to increase the production of hyaluronic acid in the skin, while at the same time, by the way, reducing the activity of the enzyme that degrades hyaluronic acid. It's incredible, right?
It's incredible.
So you've got your retinol, which uses biological processes. It harnesses what's naturally available in the skin to improve the health and appearance of the skin.
Yeah.
And then you've got your HA intensifier, which does the same thing. So when you're thinking about natural products, sustainable, green, what could be more natural than harnessing
hyaluronic acid?
Yeah, exactly. And harnessing what the skin's able to do, right?
Correct. I always feel like your gags or those glycosaminoglycans, that's really what, in my opinion, makes the skin look so youthful. Correct. And as that starts to decline or degrade, we really do need something to help boost that.
But the problem is getting to them, right? Because you've got your stratum corneum, your dead layer of skin cells, which is part of the barrier. Remember, the purpose of the barrier is to be a barrier.
For protection.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And so what we're trying to do with all these incredible formulations is trick the barrier into letting ingredients into the skin.
Yeah.
It's really tough. So we're able to do that with these products, but then you've got to get through the epidermis, into the dermis, which is where your gags are, your glycosaminoglycans. It's a big trick that's being played on the skin by these incredible scientists at SkinCeuticals.
And the skin is so intuitive. Like, it really knows what it needs. It knows when it needs to do a certain job. And trying to trick it is not always easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's such an interplay between what's going on in the environment and your immune system.
Absolutely.
There's a huge interplay between what's going on in your gut and your skin. There's things going on all the time. There's an interplay and communication. And so the skin is trying to react and respond and keep everything healthy.
Yes.
It's a really complex organ. The more we realize and know about the skin, the more excited I get about it because it's so complex.
Yeah.
And that's why we really need great skincare to help support it.
Absolutely. So that is a nice segue to our cell cycle catalyst, which is going to help boost. It is going to help trick the skin a little bit. I want to talk about what cell cycle and cell cycling really is and why this is super important.
We need to start at the beginning, okay? So the cell cycle refers to the turnover of your epidermal cells, okay? The epidermis, the very top layer of your skin. At the base of the epidermis are the young baby cells. They develop into adolescence, then they develop into adult cells, then they die, they turn into dead skin cells, which are what comprise the barrier, right? Along with the glue between them. We think of it as a brick and mortar model. And then they slough off, okay? And as a young person, your cell cycle, that whole transitioning of the skin, happens about every 21 days. But as we age, it slows down. And there's an accumulation of dead skin cells at the top of the skin. They just don't slough off as well, and there's an accumulation.
So now we're going to see more dullness.
Exactly.
Where the skin's not as radiant. We see more of that hyperpigmentation on the surface of the skin, that rough or uneven texture. I
mean, my entire day when I'm in clinic is spent with people talking about how do I improve the appearance of my skin? It's feeling dull.
Yes.
I'm getting dark spots. I'm getting blackheads. It's just not where
my
it was.
Skin can't breathe.
Exactly. I want to be 25 again. I mean, don't we all? But So we have to figure out a way to do that. And that's where the cell cycle catalyst comes in. Remember, a catalyst is something that makes an enzymatic reaction go faster, okay? The catalyst here is referring to speeding up the cell cycle. So we've got data to show that it makes the cell cycle go from 21 days to even 18 or 19 days.
Yes,
So that's incredible.
that's really incredible.
You know, and it does this through two different ways, really. It's got a collection of acids, again, a purposeful formulation of acids that are extremely gentle on the skin, but achieve that cell cycle catalyzation, okay?
Yes.
And then you've got taurine in there as well. Now, taurine's a super interesting ingredient, right?
It really is. And I am so shocked that we were able to get this into this product, because we think of taurine, we think of energy drinks.
Exactly.
Right? So now we're getting energy in our cell cycle catalyst.
And so
just a really genius formulation.
It's great. So taurine increases the energy available to our cells.
Yeah.
And so if we're asking our cells to work harder, which we are, we're asking them to turn over faster, mature faster, essentially just work harder. We have to give them the energy to do that. It's like when you have your kid at home, if you're asking them to do their homework and you don't give them an after school snack, not much is going to happen, right?
Not at all.
So you need to give them the energy in order for them to do that. And that's where taurine fits in.
Nice.
I just love this product. It's so smart, okay?
I mentioned to you before we got started, I've only been using it a few weeks,
Right.
but I really see that improvement in the radiance. My skin actually just feels like it can breathe a little bit nicer. We have some B-roll that we have from you actually showing off cell cycle catalyst. I know that you did some clinicals here.
We did, yes. We were involved in a clinical trial where we combined the use of cell cycle catalyst with a chemical peel. And what we found was it just enabled that peel to go much more smoothly. We got a much more even peel as well.
Nice.
Along with some other benefits that I can't talk about right now, but
Right.
we will soon be able to talk about. So it really is an amazing ingredient. Now, we talk about it as part of integrative skincare, right?
Yes.
Along with a procedure, a chemical peel. But the best thing about cell cycle catalyst, is that it really is just an amplifier of your skincare regimen.
I love that, because we say boost and amplifying
Yeah.
your regimen. That's always what I think people are looking for. I think so many times you and I can relate to the fact that our patients will come in and say, if I could just have one product today, what's that? I mean, we're always going to recommend sunscreen. We're always going to recommend our antioxidant vitamin C serums. But I feel so excited and encouraged about making this as a recommendation to every single person.
Yep.
And them being able to use it all the way up until they get to see someone like you.
Yeah. You know, what's really interesting about cell cycle catalyst is a study was done where we added cell cycle catalyst to a normal anti-aging routine, a regular anti-aging routine.
Yeah.
The people that were in the study came in already on using certain products. And they could be using a retinol, they could be using an antioxidant. It didn't matter. They just had to be on a stable routine. And we showed that when we added the cell cycle catalyst, we improved so many metrics of skin health and skin beauty. We improved luminosity and radiance and fine lines. I mean, it really does. It's like when you have an electric guitar and you're just playing it, right?
Yeah.
And then you hook it up to the amp and
Yes.
suddenly you sound like you're Slash, okay? So it's that idea. It takes your routine from acoustic to sounding like The Edge.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. That's those are the only two guitars.
Those are only two. Those are perfect analogies, though. So today we have our two different offers.
Okay.
One with cell cycle catalyst, and then we're going to be able to boost or amplify all the benefits of Floritin CF along with your CE ferulic, or maybe you're using Silymarin CF. But today, when you purchase your cell cycle catalyst, you will also receive this 4 ml of Floritin CF. This is my favorite little travel size. I don't have to bring out my whole big bottle. And that is going to really help with our patients who are looking at brightening their skin.
Oh, correct. So, SkinCeuticals was founded on antioxidant science.
Absolutely.
Right? The
We're
initial...
the antioxidant authorities.
There you go.
Authority.
The seminal product is CE Ferulic. That's what was the first one out of the gate. It's the one I still use every day. I recommend it to nearly all of my patients as well.
Sure.
So many benefits. It really gets its own show. But there's other partners to CE Ferulic in the antioxidant portfolio, and Floritin CF is a wonderful addition. Floritin CF, we really think of that as the antioxidant meant for lightening, like you said.
Sure.
Used in the morning. Remember, we want to use our antioxidants in the morning primarily to take advantage of the circadian rhythm of the skin, as well as the idea that it helps protect the skin from photo damage, from sunlight, right?
Right.
Any antioxidant acts as like a little internal sunscreen for our skin cells.
I love that.
So it really should be used below your regular sunscreen, and then you've almost got 2 layers of protection against sunlight and sun damage.
I look at it as preventative protection, and then like the big guns protection, like bookends, right?
Yeah. And so I love the Floritin CF. Again, I practice in Austin, so nearly everybody here has some brown spots on their skin because we have so much sun exposure. So it's really important to have an ingredient like this. Now, if you are combining it with the cell cycle catalyst, which I think is a great idea, you need to think of the application order of products. And so you'll cleanse first, dry your face, and then it goes from thin to thick. That's how I think of it, okay?
And speaking of, this is a really thin product. Can I just put a little bit in your hands here? So when we're talking about application, we're really going to look at just applying.
You see, it's almost like water, how thin that is, right? So this is your thinnest product, therefore it goes first after cleansing, okay? And then once you're done with that, you're gonna apply your serums, okay? And so I always recommend using that's not your antioxidant, this is your antioxidant.
That's your antioxidant.
Your antioxidant first after the cell cycle catalyst, okay? Make sure that bad boy is on your skin because that has to get on and it needs to get absorbed, okay? And then you can proceed after that,
a lot of product.
I do, oh my gosh. I know, here.
Our hands are gonna look.
We're gonna get some exfoliation tonight.
Exactly. I didn't mean to load you up there.
It's okay. And so you've done your Floritin CF.
Yes.
And then you can do your HA intensifier. You can do your Disco Defense.
Yes.
And then you got to apply your sunscreen. You just got to.
And that's a beautiful daytime routine or regimen. And when we're talking about integrative skincare and coming to see you, part of the offer tonight is that anyone purchasing will also receive that $100 gift card that can be used to come in, have a consultation, skin analysis with you, really get a strong recommendation of how to build out a full regimen and hopefully lead up to some of those procedures.
I was so excited about the results of our study, and I personally did many of the peels, the TCA Smart Peel it's again a SkinCeuticals peel. That is just an incredible peel. It goes on very evenly. It makes a lot of sense.
It does.
That's why it's called Smart. It has technology that allows it to be applied in a very uniform way, and it gives a great result at a lower concentration than you would expect it to.
Yes.
Okay, but I would recommend, honestly, this is my tip, is to do the regimen with the cell cycle catalyst, get it going for at least a couple of weeks, and then have a TCA Smart Peel, which honestly nearly everybody could tolerate. Okay. Yeah, I really believe that. And then you restart the cell cycle catalyst and the rest of your regimen about 2 weeks after the peel.
And then we're going to stop our retinol about 7 days
for
prior.
Sure. Yep.
So let's talk about peels for just a second, if we will, because I know that a lot of times people have a lot of questions about peels. Who are they suitable for? One of the things that I love about what we offer is that I feel like there's really a peel for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
We have people who say, well, I've never had a peel. I'm interested in a peel. They could come in here and maybe start with one of the other SkinCeuticals
for
peels.
Sure. Yeah, we call them lunchtime peels, the micro peels, for example. Those peels that, especially for people who are naive to peels, may cause a tiny bit of true peeling, but otherwise are really meant just as an introduction to the peeling process, just to see how your skin responds to it. And then you can move on to stronger peels after that, depending on how much time you have to actually peel, because if you do the TCA peel, you're going to peel. The idea is to get those dead skin cells off and then to remove a lot of the sun damage with that chemical peel. So you need to see that peeling process in order to achieve those kinds of results.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier that, we have to trick the skin.
Right.
So when we're talking about giving a peel, we have to have this controlled environment, if you will, to just kind of trick the skin to do something, speed up very, very quickly. And so when you see that peeling, it is that debris that we don't really need, and we're trying to get rid of that.
Exactly. You're taking care of those skin cells that are damaged, that are acting in a way that is not beneficial to the skin's beauty or health.
Right.
So we need to remove those in order to turn back the hands of time, make your skin look younger and fresher, and achieve the goals that you'd like to with your skincare regimen, quite frankly. Like this is an amplifier, a chemical peel is also an amplifier of a skincare routine. That's how I think of it.
Yeah. And again, I can't say it enough. I think it is just brilliant that you're able to use something that's going to amplify the results all the way up until you get ready to touch. Yeah.
Literally. And the other thing that's really interesting regarding cell cycle catalyst, and what's so unique about this product, is that it is an exfoliant. We've talked about that. It's a blend of acids with taurine. Okay, it's an exfoliant. If you are someone with very sensitive skin, one of the last things you think about using is an exfoliating product, right? Because it could really cause your skin to look like a stop sign, okay? Where you just turn real red and inflamed and you start peeling, because your barrier as a person with sensitive skin, your barrier is almost always impaired in some way. It's just not controlling its own hydration and moisture. And so you've got to be super careful. We tested this product on even people with sensitive skin, and I was surprised, elated.
Have very reactive skin.
Oh, and you've been using this for a few weeks?
For a few weeks, every day.
There you go.
Once a day.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to choose if I want to do AM or PM.
Right.
But I've mixed it up and I've not missed a beat. And I was in the Miami sun this weekend and still lots of sunscreen.
Oh my gosh.
But still, I don't have the erythema.
Right.
I don't have any of the
Not at all.
sensitivity.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think Marilyn is a walking testimonial to this. Yeah. Even if you have very sensitive skin, you could likely tolerate cell cycle catalyst as probably the first and only exfoliating product that you're ever able to use. Yes. So again, once a day after cleansing, before your moisturizer or before other agents or ingredients or products that you're using, that is the way to use a cell cycle catalyst. And really, I tell people 3 or 4 drops. You are pretty generous on my hand there, but 3 or 4 drops will do it. It spreads very easily. And if you're used to using the serum like HA Intensifier, the Floritin CF, or the CE Ferulic, for example, it spreads like that. Even though it's thinner, a few drops go a long way.
A very long way. Yeah, the product is very concentrated, but very fluid. And then we have all of these heavy hitters that we're now able to really deeply deposit into the skin.
Well, yeah, I think what's happening is because we're able to exfoliate a little bit, we're actually allowing the other products to penetrate with a greater concentration. Yeah. And I think that when we talk about amplification, the amplification is essentially via allowing more of the other active ingredients to penetrate.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk again about perfect regimen or routine, AM and PM, because we always have those questions. We're building out, we talked a little bit about AM. Let's go back to these products again, because we were talking about this being such an incredible anti-aging bundle on its own, and this just amplifying it.
Yeah. So listen, the HA Intensifier, it's not really, I wouldn't use that as a moisturizer, right? It is an active. It is adding hyaluronic acid to your skin, which does as a humectant, it brings in water. You're going to see some nice results from that. It's got multi-weight HA as well to give you an immediate plumping. The longer chain HA kind of over time gives you more hydration. Then it's got those other properties that we talked about with other ingredients that help achieve that in terms of increasing HA production and decreasing HA degradation within the skin. Okay.
I think that's also a really important mention, that you said the multi-weight, because we hear about hyaluronic acid and hyaluronic acid serums everywhere, and they're not all created equally. So when we start talking about like the molecular structure and weight and all of those benefits, that makes such a huge difference in how we're able to penetrate, stimulate.
I mean, if we're going to take that a step further, Marilyn, there are weights of HA that are actually inflammatory. So you've got to be even more careful with what product you choose to apply to your face, because you could be using a hyaluronic acid product, which you think of as being completely moisturizing and hydrating and just doing great things for your skin. But if it contains certain molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, that they have been shown to literally cause inflammation in the skin via signaling, okay? So you gotta rely on a brand like SkinCeuticals to ensure that they are doing the science correctly and choosing the correct ingredients so that it's appropriate for your skin. They're a little bit more expensive. This is what I tell patients. They're expensive for a reason. Because the ingredients are expensive, the science is expensive, and they're all meant to work together.
That synergistic blending is really what's at the core of all of that.
And they're tested together.
Yes.
Right? So that's the HA. The discoloration defense, as I said, is twice a day. Make sure you use it twice a day to really harness the benefits of discoloration defense. The retinol, pea-sized amount to your entire face at night to help build the collagen. It's the retinol that of all of these may cause a bit of peeling and redness initially. It's called retinization that can happen the first 2 to 4 weeks when you start. So Marilyn, I usually tell people to use it every other night initially. What do you think?
I start people out 2 to 3 times a week. Let them add, another day every week just to see if they're tolerable or not, and then step them up. But sometimes people, they get a little nervous when they start to see that peeling. It's just all about the education and setting the standard of expectation. Right.
And we used to say, you just made me think of something, because we used to say with retinol or tretinoin that the peeling means that it's working. You want to see that. But now we have something like this where the cell cycle catalyst, where we don't see peeling and it is working.
And it is still working.
So so the science has developed, the formulation has come to the point where we need to stop saying peeling means it's working.
Right.
And now we can say, look, you can tolerate even these great products. It won't cause peeling. And that's where we are now with skincare science, which is just great for people.
It is. And not featured here, but something you and I talked about earlier, my favorite product, Triple Lipid Restore 242, which is really going to help cut down on that acclimation period. So while you're shopping and you're going forward today, you've got that complimentary shipping. Throw in some Triple Lipid Restore 242, add that in, and you have a beautiful.
That's a great regimen. I agree. The Triple Lipid Restore is named appropriately. It's again harnessing biologic properties to allow your skin to, it's giving its moisturization, but it's allowing your skin to learn how to moisturize itself as well. Much like this one is, for example, much like that one is doing. So you get the idea of what SkinCeuticals does, right? It gives the skin what it needs, but it also teaches the skin how to be independent on its own. Much like what we're trying to do with our kids, right?
Absolutely. That's a great soundbite. I think I might borrow that. Well, Dr. Lain, I could talk to you literally for the rest of the day, and I know you have other things to do. I am so deeply appreciative of you being here, you sharing your knowledge.
It's my pleasure.
We had some beautiful photos that I think really spoke volumes to the results. And I want people to come in here in droves. I mean, this is such a lovely facility.
Oh, thank you.
And you have 12 locations.
We do, across Texas and Louisiana. Sanova has 12 locations with board-certified dermatologists in all of them, ready to serve. Okay,
so if they want to come in and see you, what is the best way to do that?
The website is the easiest way, www.sanovaderm.com, SANOVA derm.com.
And they're going to come in, and what is that experience going to look like when they first come in to just have the consultation? And
it's really about what their goals and needs are, right? We really listen. It's a shared decision-making model where we listen to the patient. We want to make sure we understand what their issue is, what their goals are, And then we try and achieve those through various mechanisms. It's going to be skincare, and it might be procedures that we have in the office.
Yeah.
It may be a medical issue that we need to address. And I think that's the benefit of seeing a board-certified dermatologist is,
Agreed.
yes, we know the skincare, yes, we know the aesthetics, but we also understand the biology and hopefully there's not pathology of the skin. Hopefully there's not
Right.
something going on.
Sure.
But if there is, we need to address that so that you can then achieve the aesthetic benefits of what you're trying to get to. Yeah.
Well, this has been fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're in lovely Austin, Texas,
right.
and I got to see hill country finally.
That's right, you
I thought it
did.
was all flat, but there really are hills here. Come and see Dr. Ted Lain. He has been my co-host this evening, and we are so excited about our latest product, Cell Cycle Catalyst. You want to have multiple bottles of this on your vanity, in your bag. I mean, let's just take our anti-aging to a whole nother level. So thank you for joining us today. It has been a fabulous time. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy shopping. Goodbye.
Bye.